Good morning and welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Kathy Day, and thanks to my application of the principles that we teach at this center, I get to celebrate a Happy Kathy Day every day. I will be leading this morning's meditation, so please join with me to set everything aside, set everything off your lap, and just be present right here and now. Take a deep breath in at your own pace and release. Take another deep breath in and release. Right here in this moment is our time to choose. And we get to choose from the entire panoply of the aspects of the divine: love and light and life, peace and power and beauty and joy. So we breathe in love and think about the aspect of the divine we'd most like to embody right here and right now. As we breathe in and relax our head and our neck, our shoulders, let them relax and fall. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance. Breathe in love as you relax your back and your belly, your arms, your elbows, your hands. Send that relaxation down to every single finger. Relax your hips and thighs, your knees and calves. Relax your ankles and your feet, and send that relaxation down to each and every one of your toes. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance. Right here and right now is the point of power. We call our energy back from all the places where we've left it this week and bring it back to here and now for our use here and now. As we contemplate the aspect of the divine we'd like to see more of in our experience of life, we contemplate joy. We contemplate peace. We contemplate love. We contemplate light and life and beauty. Every aspect is here with us, always. So I take my attention off any conditions, any disharmony, and put my attention on the ever-present divine. And allow it to express through me in greater ways. Greater joy, greater wisdom, greater knowing of our power and our authority to choose what we pay attention to. So we set our sights for the good, for the life affirming, for the vibration of love. We look into our world and see the beauty and the perfection, in the evergreens and the rushing river. The pushing up of each blade of grass and every wildflower. Life seeking expression through all of its creations. And that includes me. And that includes you. Life is always seeking greater expression through all its creations. So we open ourselves to be an expression of the divine in the ways that we choose, in the ways that are important to us. Pick the emotion that you would like to feel. Contemplate that emotion. Simmer in its delicious juiciness. And accept the life-affirming expressions and ideas that come in support of that emotion you would like to feel. Breathe in love. And breathe out gratitude. Gratitude for the power that surrounds us, the power that animates us and creates our form and creates our world. This one power is available to us, as close to us as our next breath, and we can use it to affect the conditions of our lives. We breathe in love and breathe out resistance. We opened to the divine spirit expressing through each one of us in the perfect ways of our unique personality, the gifts that we give, the gift that we are. And we recognize and acknowledge the gifts of those around us. Those who create and design, those who implement, those who dig in the dirt, those who take to the air. We give thanks for the lessons of nature that just grows because it is its nature to do so. reminding us that that is our nature too, to grow and to expand with new and fresh ideas, new expansive thinking, new recognition of our power and authority. No one knows how to be you better than you. Breathe in love. Breathe out resistance. Acknowledge your connection to the earth, this great co-creation of ours, this place to experience what it means to be in a body. Yet we can still remember our divinity. We can still remember our unique beauty. That there is that within us, that is us, that moves planets, that creates worlds, and it is available to us right here and right now. There is a peace in knowing that. And in that peace, there is clarity. And in that clarity, there is direction and guidance for our fuller expression of life. Right here and right now, I make the choice for greater understanding, greater compassion, greater wisdom, I accept my power and authority in the creative process of the universe. I play a part. And I give thanks for knowing this. So I think more selectively. I entertain greater ideas. I open to the wisdom within. And step forward into my life in that power. In that knowing. To create something brand new, never been before. I release any old ideas or pictures about what I am, embrace the new, and step into a life of my creation in cooperation with the Divine Spirit. I release and let go and know that Spirit acts upon my thought to make manifest for me a new experience of life. I give great thanks for this knowing. I come back into the room, receiving the blessings of this time. Thank you for being here.
check. Welcome. Whether you're in the sanctuary or online, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm part of your Joy Note team. My name is Alice.
Hi, good morning. I'm Jeannie.
Welcome, welcome. Everyone go ahead and stand up. We're gonna sing a couple songs together.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. It's in every one of us to be free. Find your heart, let yourself simply be. We can all have everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, here and now. It's in every one of us, here and now.
Okay, go ahead and turn to each other. Welcome your neighbor. Welcome people you don't know. Spirit. Open wide my
Heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart.
Hello, good morning. Hi to everyone just getting settled, and hello to everyone joining us remotely from home. My name is Danu. I'm a practitioner student here at CSL Eugene, or at Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. There we go. And if you're joining us for your first time, we have a blue sheet in the lobby that we would love for you to fill out. Just give us some of your contact info. We'll get you signed up for our newsletter. And that's the best way to stay up to date with the classes and service opportunities and other fun stuff we offer. And at this center, we know that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. So we use the principles of science of mind to inspire hearts, inspire minds, open hearts, and empower lives. And I'm going to share with you our principle for this month. Our principle is the unity of all life. We believe in the unity of all life and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. And I'd like to welcome up our practitioner of the day, Kathy Day, and also give a shout out to Radiant Gaines holding high watch for us. Thank you, Radiant. And we've got another song, if you'd like to rise with us.
We are one, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we all live in harmony. Peace has come, for we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity we all live in harmony. Peace has come, for we are one.
Please center yourself and relax. Right here and right now is when we set the intentions for this service. That we know that just in our being here, we are sharing this vibration of love and peace, power and beauty and joy. We simmer in it. And we let it seep into our bodies, into our minds, as we open our mind and our heart to the experience of today, the experiences of the music, of the message, of the people who surround me. I know that I am blessed in being here, and I open to receive this blessing in whatever form speaks to me. I give thanks for this opportunity. I give thanks for the technology that allows us to be together. I give thanks for everyone who has come together to prepare this service, this gathering of beloved community. And we let ourselves be received and uplifted. And we let ourselves simply be. I release this treatment to the law of mind that takes its impress and makes it so, and knows what to do and how to do it to affect it right here and right now. Gratefully and gladly I receive, and so it is.
And now I'd like to share with you our affirmation for the month of February. I will read it once aloud for you, and then if you choose, you can read it out loud with me. Because I know Spirit is always with me, I live my life to the fullest by expressing my divine nature in every moment. I am a catalyst for change. And with me now. Because I know Spirit is always with me, I live my life to the fullest by expressing my divine nature in every moment. I am a catalyst for change. And our theme this month is curiosity, and our talk today will be given by our beloved Reverend Linda. Talk title is What Lies Beneath the Surface? And before we get started, we have our wonderful guest musician, Haley Laurent, and our house band.
Not hearing it yet. Hello. Thank you so much to our awesome sound team, by the way. Check 1, 2, check, check, check. I'm not on the monitor yet. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Thank you. Yay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Here. We're going to play a song that Daniel wrote. It's one of my favorite tunes of his. And that's Sing a Lot because he's written a lot of songs. But this song is, actually, I would like to dedicate this to my mother, who really loves this song, and she's here today. It's called Oh Mama. Are we laughing or are we crying? All I can say for sure is we're dancing and a dying in the ticker tape of this parade. The joy we're receiving's just covering up our grieving, but it's not a shame. It's all the same. But oh, mama, there are things I've never dreamed. A world of men bearing pistols and gasoline, and what is in between is a lie, a lie, a lie. Are we building or are we breaking? All I can say for sure is there's a pleasure in the aching. Are we at rest or are we swinging? If we stop for a while, you'll hear the silence in my singing. But oh, mama, there are things I've never seen. The truth twists and it only grows serpentine, and what is in between is a life, a life, a life. 'Cause if time unwinds and falls asleep, we give it away so we can keep. Might find ourselves fall into something if we're still for a while, and all of the running to find the smooth of a giant stone. Togetherness alone we'll see the treasure in the trash, find the man within his ashes, and that there's a truth that never burns, yet there's nothing to discern. It's just a prayer, finding the air. But oh, mama, there are things I'd like to do, like twist the ember burning inside of you and turn the world into the light, the light, the light. Thank you to Daniel Gallo. It's been a long time.
to receive. I am old.
This morning, I'm doing something a little different. It's always a good idea to paint it red when you're doing something different. Matt's going to be playing as he normally does, but I found this. It's a calendar, but it's a year of Rumi, and on every page and at the beginning of each month, there are Rumi quotes. And this poem is so perfect for today's talk title. I have to share it with you. So just settle in as though this were a regular old meditation and let Rumi speak to your soul. If you distance yourself only for an hour from your endless thoughts, what do you think will happen? If you let yourself sink, just like a fish, into the ocean of our love, what do you think will happen? You are merely a piece of straw, and we are that eternal amber. If you leap forth from your lowly house to fuse with the amber, what do you think will happen? A 100 times you've promised yourself to depart from self-claim, to be humble as earth. Only for once, if you keep your word, what do you think will happen? You're a precious hidden diamond, sunken in the mud. If you wash away all that impurity from your gorgeous face, what do you think will happen? If you abandon for a little while your ego and greed, tear down your shield, rise with a quest to unite with the divine, what do you think will happen? I take these words in. I let them soothe my consciousness. I allow myself to dare to think what might really happen. And so it is. I always love it when fortuitously 24 hours, 12 hours before the talk, I open a page and something pops out at me and goes, this, pick me. And I just so delighted in that poem. And today's topic is what lies beneath. So all the references to going under the water, to being buried in the mud, to going deep within, really spoke to me as relevant to what we're talking about today. I'm always fascinated by our ministers in this teaching, the variation. We are as diverse as are the people on the planet, And there are those who think, oh, you can't tell me what I'm supposed to speak on Sunday. And there are those like me who think, oh my gosh, there's somebody who's taken the time to run out a set of themes and titles and kind of brief outlines with quotes, so I don't have to do all that digging myself. And I don't have to give the talk they wrote. I can just use my own version of what it is that we're speaking to. And I'm one of those who's really, really happy with them. Our theme this year is living out loud. Living out loud. In other words, walking your talk. Doing what we call them spiritual practices. That's because we're practicing so we can actually do them. It's my desire for us to become a practicing spiritual community. As someone said, you may be the only Science of Mind textbook that anybody ever reads, so please show up accordingly. And bring the love, and bring the compassion, and bring the openness, and bring the inclusion. That is what we stand for. So we are learning how to take these ideas and put them to work in our life. And this week, this month, I should say, the topic is curiosity. Curiosity as a superpower. Now, anyone who's ever been around a 3-year-old, but why? But what is that? But why? But what is that? But why? But what is that? But why? But why? But why? But why? Children are so eager to learn. They want to know how everything works. They want to know, and somehow we slap them up the side of the head and just say, because I said so. Which is not a good answer, really. And we need to look at ourselves. Where have I quashed my own curiosity? Because the grown-ups in my life got tired of my incessant questions. Where have I begun policing myself on what I'm willing to look at and what I'm willing to ask? Of course, the English major in me had to go back and find the etymological root of curiosity. It's a Latin word cura, which means care. From it, the word curate comes as well as curiosity. But when one is curious, or their curiosity is piqued, one cares so much that they want to learn more. Curiosity means I don't think I have all the answers. Curiosity is admitting that I'm willing to be open to what else I might be able to learn, to what else is going on here, to not judge the book by its cover. I have been seduced over the years by really attractive books that had no substance. And I have been terrified by covers that held jewels and gems. So what we need to look at in our curiosity is the willingness to embrace uncertainty. Am I willing to not know? Am I willing to not judge? Am I willing to not take my first impulse when I see someone or something and be willing to give it another try? Kathy Day invited me to lunch the other day at Park Street Cafe, which I have seen the signs for some time. It's right behind the pavilion where they've put the new Saturday Market Pavilion in those old buildings there, and it's a little teeny tiny. I mean, it isn't as big as our social hall. It's more like the size of our meditation room. It's a tiny little place. And I'm looking at this with all the healthy, I'm checking out online, all the healthy food they offer and all this. I'm going, it doesn't really feel like my kind of place, but I'm going to go. Oh my God, it was the best chilaquiles I have ever had in my entire life. We had a lovely visit. We had a sweet little table we sat at. But I was willing to go beyond my first reaction and give it a try anyway. I was curious enough. I cared enough to find out what this was all about. And they were fabulous, and they were beautiful. And the owners were wondrous. Curiosity, curiosity. Wikipedia says, inquisitive thinking such as exploration, investigation, and learning. That's what curiosity is. It is the driving force behind not only human development, but developments in science, language, and industry. What if is the doorway to every solution we've ever been seeking? What if? What if? To be willing to be curious, to be willing to look. Some of you met and remember Kim Hermanson, who was here a couple years ago and did a workshop and then was at our conference this last year. And she's written a book called Deep Knowing, but it's about curiosity. And I saw a quote from her the other day. Not knowing is the core of creativity. Not knowing is the core of, if I don't know how to do something, I have to become creative and learn it. I have for years come up against people who have the answer, who've researched it, who know the answer, who aren't willing to question anything, who aren't willing to look at, are there, yes, 2 + 2 is 4, but so is 1 + 3. So is 0 + 4, so is 1 3/4 plus 2 1/4. There are many, many ways to get to 4 if I am open. And if I think I know the answer, if I think I've got all of it here, if I think I have everything in line, there is no reason for Spirit to come into my life and move through me and operate through me and show me new and better ways of doing things. The way for me to learn is to not know, and that is scary. We really pride ourselves on having certainty. I get up at a certain time. My coffee pot is right where I left it. I have this where I need it to be. I have that where I need it to be. I know what time this happens. I know what time that happens. And then COVID happened. And you see, the thing that we don't realize is the ground is moving under us all the time. What's happened is we've just got a new pattern that we haven't learned how to be in rhythm with yet. But we will. Chaos is the beginning of the new order. And so curiosity, instead of shutting down and closing our doors and going, oh my God, I can't deal with anything, we can open up and say, wow, what's really happening here? This is what I'm seeing, but what does it represent? What does it really mean? And this is where a lot of conspiracy theories come from. Because people really, 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 really need to not feel afraid, to need to feel certain. And so they feel happy when they come up with the answer, whether there's any validity to it or not. And so I'm not saying find an answer just for the sake of finding an answer. I'm saying find the answer that feels like it resonates in truth. David Alexander. Oh, I'm getting ahead. Stop me. This week, I've shared with you before, I'm a bit of a Druid, I'm a bit of a pagan, and this week is the midpoint between the solstice in December and the equinox in March. And this is the time of year, seasonally speaking, where certain things happen. The Torah, which is the Jewish well, it's the Jewish basis, but Kabbalah is the mystical arm of Judaism. And Kabbalah has a line that actually states, if the Torah had never been written, nature would teach us everything we need to know about how to live. Look at the cycles of the year, look at how they move, and look at what they do. The energies around this time of year are emergence from sleep or hibernation, waking up. Beginnings, new beginnings, not the beginning that we were looking at in January, but where we can really actually put feet under our ideas and get them going. A childlike delight in all things, that's what curiosity is. Newness, renewal, preparation, change, and finally sprouting seeds. This is the time when we look at the metaphor for the ideas of life. And the intriguing thing for those of us who garden or have gardened over the years, a seed contains within it the entire plant. The acorn contains the entire tree. The pine cone contains an entire tree. An apple seed contains an entire orchard eventually. But what has to happen is that seed has to be put in good environment that allows it to grow and receive nutrients, the moisture, the food in the soil. And what it does is expand until the seed ruptures. The seed explodes. The seed must be destroyed for the new life that's in it to come out. Our old ideas need to be planted in a way that allows new things to come out from them. It allows us to embrace a new way of looking at things, a new way of being. If we have nothing but stories about what won't work, about what's wrong, about how safe this little spot right here is, and if I stay in this space, I know I'm going to be okay. Unless that space happens to be where the Chinese balloon comes over and whatever. So the thing of it is, the story we tell ourselves about being safe is just a story because we're never safe. We're never in one spot. There's never one place that is absolutely there for us and nothing can happen to us. But what we are is available to expand into new things. This week, the talk is what lies beneath. What is under the surface? Now that can be what's percolating under the surface. That can be, I look at the news. I see things that traumatize me. I see people who claim to be leaders who are trying to destroy what appears to me. I see people who are sworn to protect and serve, literally murdering unarmed people. And when I look at the surface, it looks ugly. It looks painful. It looks like someplace I don't want to be, and then I want to turn off the news because I don't want to hear anymore. But if I don't hear what's going on, how am I going to be able to create change in the world because I don't know what's happening? And if I go back to the basic idea that I was taught 29 years ago when I first came into this teaching, the opposite of love is not hate, it's fear. The opposite of love is fear. And it's the belief that love is not all there is. It's the belief that love cannot heal everything. And what happens is when I am so afraid that something I love will be taken away from me, that something I love is being destroyed, that something I care about is getting undone, I become angry. And I start behaving in ways that are not loving, that are not caring, that are not compassionate, and I start judging people because I see them as someone who's doing something that's taking away what I love. But if I could see them as frightened, that they're just as frightened as I am, that they're just as frightened that they're losing something, can I look below the surface to how they were raised and what they were taught about love and self-care or not, about getting what you need because nobody else is going to help you? If I can look below the surface and see that, maybe I can find a common ground where we can meet and never, I'm not going to change their mind, but I'm not going to dehumanize them. because that's what I'm in danger of doing when I let my fear lead the way and I move into that area of anger. I run the risk of dehumanizing the very person that I am wanting to change. And in dehumanizing them, I dehumanize myself. I had a very dear friend. We went all the way through from first year studies all the way through ministerial training together. Wayne, he lives down in the Central California coast right now. But he worked in the prison. He was a teacher and instructor in the prison in Central California there at the Corcoran prison. And he said, you know, what he realized was all the teachers, all the nurses, all the doctors, all the guards were prisoners too. We were all in prison together. We just got to sleep in a different place at night. But we were imprisoned by a system. And so I want us to look at how, if I'm seeing this out here, what could I know down here that will give me more understanding and then more ability to create the change that I'm seeking, to bring me the freedom that I'm looking. David Alexander, whom you remember, he was the Lake Oswego Center, and he's now in Atlanta. In last month's Science of Mind magazine, he wrote this, and it was just so beautiful I had to share it with you. Too often we orient our thinking from conditions first. Ah, there's that, I see that. Okay, I'm going to think about that there. Not realizing all conditions are simply manifestations of the thinking behind them. Every condition was created by thinking, by an idea. Condition doesn't exist on its own. Didn't just sprout up fully orbed, no background. It comes from thinking. Our outer life reflects the thinking of the inner life. I have said for some time, basically in this teaching, it really is all done with smoke and mirrors, because what I see out here is a reflection of what I believe. I am adamantly against war. Therefore, I hold space for war to exist. And I allow war to happen and to be something that I can be against, instead of removing the reality of war and knowing only peace. As Mother Teresa said, I don't want to come to your anti-war rally. Please throw a rally for peace and I will be there. When we are against anything, we are giving it power. We are giving it rental space in our brains, in our hearts, in our bodies. And then when we try to stop it, it turns around. It's not, to me, that weird that we have in the 21st century, in the late 20th century and the early 21st century, an epidemic of massive proportions of autoimmune disorders. Our bodies are attacking themselves because we're trying to suppress what we think and we feel and we believe rather than learn from it and let it go. We're trying to hold it in rather than let it out. That doesn't mean I want you standing on the street corners screaming at people. No, that is not what we're talking about here. But what it is if there's an energy that comes up, I need to feel it. I need to go someplace by myself if I can and cry and pound pillows and pound nails if I need to get that energy out so I can hear what it is I'm thinking that's causing that. And when I learn from it, when I'm curious enough to learn from the ideas that are buried inside of me, I can do something different. I can be someone different. Years ago, I heard, and it really was like, oh no. When you don't like everybody, I bet you've all got somebody that you really don't like being around. That when you're around them, you don't like it. You know what it is you don't like? The way you show up when you're around them. What you really don't like is who you become in their presence. And first time I heard that, I went, ooh, that's creepy. But if there's so much truth in it, to me, it really resonated. It's like, oh yeah, I become something I'm not very proud of, and I'm not very fond of. So if I can be curious about why I'm reacting the way I'm acting, in Parker Palmer's groups, we had one of the precepts that we had for meeting together was, when the going gets tough, turn to wonder. Don't judge, oh, so-and-so just said that. Say, I wonder what made them say that. I wonder why I'm responding to that in this way. I wonder what we might learn from this. Turn to wonder, curiosity, again, going away from the judgment into the curiosity. And that also means going deep. We're not eager to delve into the depths of our consciousness, but that's where we create change. I get a bit traumatized when I think about diving deep and going with all of the old ideas and the scary places and whatever. But you know, what happens is when I go there, things come up in a way I don't expect. And ideas are expressed in ways I didn't remember. I have another Rumi quote for us before I close, which I just loved. It's a bit risque, but we're all adults here, so. We've been walking in the surf, holding our robes up, when we should be naked, diving under, deeper under. We're standing around just kind of, when we really need to dive headfirst into what is going on. When I moved up here, I had no idea that the state of Oregon was considered, when it was founded in 1859, the white man's paradise. That it is indeed the only state constitution which forbade people of color from living, working, or holding jobs here, or owning property. And had I known that, I think I might not have come. And and that was then, that was 1859, and this is 2023. And, you know, the first person of color was born in the Eugene Hospital in 1956. Almost 100 years later. I'm curious how I can create diversity in a monoculture. And we're not truly a monoculture, and we have in our own community our beautiful V, Sister V, who is studying to become a practitioner, who is part of our work. But I'm curious how we can open our minds and hearts to people who don't have the same life experience we do. I tried not to watch the video of Tyree Nichols. And then I realized, as a white person, that was privilege. I don't have to watch it. I don't know what it is. I've told the story of my friend Christine Reese when I was in high school. We were at the JCPenney store. She's Hispanic. We were wandering through JCPenney, and this clerk kept following us. And I kept saying, we're fine, we'll let you know when we need help. And finally, about the third time, Chris turned to me and said, Linda, as long as I'm with you, she'll be with us. And I just felt like I'd been kicked in the gut. I had no idea she was going through that. We'd been friends together since first grade. I didn't think of her as anything other but my friend. The funny fact is, her father was a labor contractor. They lived in a big house up on the side of the hill, and they could have bought and sold that JCPenney store probably. But the thing being, we aren't aware of what other people are going through. Can we be curious enough to understand that my experience is not everybody else's experience? I didn't have, alcoholic parents. I didn't have this or that. I didn't have, I did come from a broken home, but they broke up before I was old enough to notice anything. So I'm just not clear how other people experience things. And what I want to do is be curious enough to know that can I try to understand you even if we look like we're on different sides of the fence, even if we sound like we're on different sides of the fence. Can I be open to find the courage to believe in what I can't see? To open myself up to learn from someone years younger than me. It was fun when I first got into the ministry. A lot of the people were my age, and some, like I could have been their parent. And now I'm coming to the point where I've got some who can be my grandchild, and I learn from people that much younger than me. I was raised around people many years older than me, around my grandparents. And so it's this intergenerational is also inclusivity. Listen to your kids, listen to your teenagers, listen to your grandkids, listen to people who've had a totally different life experience than what you did. Be curious. Be curious. Instead of judging the book by its cover, just wonder what's inside that book. What is it sharing with us? So I would ask you today, looking at the world, instead of being angry and frustrated, could you be curious? Could you just for today, when something jolts you, could you be curious instead of angry? There's no points for it or anything, but you might learn something about yourself that's rich and wondrous. When you find that inner 3-year-old, that beautiful little child who has delight in everything, they're still there. They never went away. So it is. I'd like to now call up our practitioner of the day, Kathy Day, who is going to bless the offering. And then we have another song by Haley.
I'm Kathy Day, and I'm a practitioner here. I'm also a member of the board, and I am also eternally grateful for all the people who have given and supported this center over the many, many years it's been here, so that it could be here when I moved into this area in 2020, and for me to feel like I've found a home. So thank you, everyone. As we hold our gifts and prepare to give, we know we are participating in the great circulation of life, the giving and receiving of life to itself. So hold your gift over your heart, and know I give this gift. Please say with me, I give this gift, with great love. And I know it returns to me, pressed down and overflowing. It does great work in the world, and I give thanks. Now we have a giving song.
Everything in this world goes around, giving wonders and knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks for everything. We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks.
We give thanks with this offering. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks for everything.
That's my cue. Well, before we do our song, hi music team, Matt and Mo over there, playing piano and bass for you today. I hope it's okay that I mention that we are playing together next Saturday at the Jazz Station, 2 shows for Valentine's weekend. Sold out first show, second show still has tickets. So if anybody wants to go and be a night owl with us at 9 p.m., there are still tickets left, but we'd love to see you. It's a rarity that we get to have Mo on a show with us these days, but it's a real treat, so we hope to see you. We have a tune for you that, to me, speaks to the idea of being curious about the idea of things we cannot see, cannot understand, but we'd like to know more. And this song is called Carry Us Through. I took a train, headed home, where the colors stream and my thoughts they go. I was looking up for the wind to blow, to come carry us through. Well, sometimes there's doubts and the dogs they bark, and you're just not sure what is in the dark. I start to cry, oh, but then the wind goes by to come carry us through. Carry us through, carry us through, carry us through, yeah, yeah, carry us through. I've been looking up for the wind to blow, to come carry us through. When we think that it's over, well, baby, we find new things to be afraid of. But if we pray till we're older and believe that there is hope, even in the night, there is hope. We grab existence by our defeats and somehow laugh. We laugh when we are weak. We're being made strong from underneath. Oh, come carry us through. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ra, da, da, da. Ra, da, da, da. Ra, ba, ba, ba. So take it, man, yeah. Ow! So take off of your shoulders the burdens that you carry of your own regret, because someone else needs holding, and it's very hard to smile when you are all stuck inside yourself. So we close our eyes and we see the light, 'cause there are so many, oh, to hold on tight. Don't you be afraid to pray like a child. Oh, come on and carry us through, carry us through, carry us through, carry us through, yeah, yeah, carry us through. I've been looking up for the wind to blow. Oh, come carry us through. Ooh, carry us, I said, carry us through, yeah. Carry us through, carry us through. I said, carry us through. I've been praying, oh, I'm so overdue. Come carry us through, yeah. Ooh, I've been looking home. Where are you? Won't you come carry us? Carry us through. Carry, carry us, carry us, carry us through. Matt and Mo. Thank you, everybody.
We are so incredibly blessed to have Matt, Mo, and Haley, and this week, after a long hiatus, Daniel Gallo with us. Oh, okay, so we're going to do a few announcements now, which is how you know what's going on and where we're at. Oops, and I just touched it and made it go away. Look at how I am. Okay, don't touch the phone, Linda. All right, first thing I want to do while they're getting the slides set up is to tell you next Saturday, that is, in the day before Haley is singing at night, that morning, that from 12:30 till 3 in the afternoon, Kathy Day is hosting a craft workshop here at the center where she's going to be helping everybody make love bracelets. She's got all kinds of beads, she's got all kinds of string, elastic, wire, leather, all kinds of just making, and going to get everybody to make a batch of love bracelets, and then we're going to hand them out at the Sunday service next week, the Sunday gathering. So if any of you are interested, please talk to Kathy. There's a Kathy, they know who you are, but raise your hand or something. Whee! There are these little flyers are right in the foyer there. There are several of them attached, so if you want to remind yourself so you have it in the kitchen, you've got that. All right. Guess what? It's the first Sunday of the month. That means it's birthday Sunday. How many February birthdays do we have here? Please stand if you are a February birthday. Oh, look at all them Valentines. Woo! All righty. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you. You are wonderful. God is blessing you. All righty. Okay, this is no longer going to work because it's so far behind, so I'm going to have to do this. Men's Coffee, Tuesdays, 10:30, 5th Street Market, Alon Brothers. Grab a cup of coffee, sit and chat with the guys. If you are not working on Tuesday day, go in and get to know some of the, I think they said they had 9 last week. It was just like, wow. So Wednesday evening gathering. We are so blessed to have Reverend Donna Starr and Linda Lundry Starr, who are setting up a Wednesday evening gathering since the first of the year. It's completely different from a Sunday service where we're all sitting in rows and nice. They're sitting in a circle and doing chanting and dyads, and this week they had some drumming. They're not here today because they are doing the service. Reverend Kimberly down in Rogue Valley just went on sabbatical, and they're down there doing speaking and music today, but they'll be back next week, and they'll be back Wednesday night. Still continuing through the 1st of March, the warm clothing drive. We've gotten a lot of neat stuff, but if you haven't had a chance to donate socks, gloves, beanies, coats, vests, yeah, anything you've got, sweats that you could donate, please bring them here. We've got a place in the service room. That should be gone. That was yesterday. So never mind. Love and Stitches is next week. The 12th. And then please sign up. We've got a few sign-ups, but this foundations class is a way for you to understand the basics of our teaching. If you've taken it before, but it's been a while, it's going to feel different because you're not the same person you were when you took it the last time. And if there's any way you can do that, we're offering it a steeply discounted. It's normally a $300 class, and we're offering it. You have to pay $50 up front for the workbook, and by the end you have to pay another $50. But you've got 10 weeks to do that, so it's not all happening at once. And she's going to be offering it online as well. So if you've been wanting to take it but really needing to do it online, you can take it as an online. She'll be teaching it hybrid. So if online works better for you, we can do that. Or if you need to bounce back and forth, we can work with that. There are many opportunities to serve right now. We are working with getting people set up in the bookstore. We have 2 bookstore clerks. We need 2 more. So if you'd like to come on a Sunday, and a little bit before the service, and then after the service, just be in the bookstore and help people find books and get them their Science of Mind magazine. And it's a lovely way to serve, just one Sunday a month, and we could use you. So please talk to Susan, is our office manager. She's right there. Talk to her and see about if that's something that speaks to your soul. If you're a book lover like I am, you might, Pictures, thank you to Ellen Gabehart for setting them up. Sarjay Haynes and Jeannie Manor have put those up. And this whole month is Black History Month. And so we're going to ask y'all to stretch a bit. After Kathy does the introduction of the practitioners, every Sunday this month, we are going to sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Not everybody knows it, and that's okay, but we're just gonna struggle through it and stumble through it and do it beautifully. If any of you know it really well and wanna come up here and help be song leaders, we would love to have you. But right now, I'm gonna give Kathy the mic to introduce practitioners, and then we'll do Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Well, for you who are new here, we have a fantastic group of practitioners. These are people who have trained for many years and are licensed by Centers for Spiritual Living to pray and know the truth of you no matter what the conditions are that are going on in your life. We have several practitioners here today. I'd like you to stand up and introduce yourselves so that everyone can know that you're available for prayer after the service.
Reverend Linda.
Reverend Liz, Reverend Trish, Maggie, Gaines,
And Kathy Day. And I'll be up here and the others will be by the windows. Grab somebody and ask them for a prayer. You can pray for greater joy, greater prosperity, greater expression of life. So we are happy to know that for you. No, no. Absolutely. Accept your good.
Could you please lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the living skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. If you choose, please repeat after me. I am curious. I turn to wonder. And so it is.